your girl Dolores, just the pink girl in my pink world here on YouTube on Workhorse Wrestling Network with my good brother J News, aka John L in the house. What do you got to say to the good people, J News?
Good people, good people. Today was a good day. In the words of the legendary Ice Cube, this day was a day that a lot of us New Japan pro wrestling fans have been asking for, and it came to be. It came to fruition, uh, and as folks in the UK are now singing and dancing in the streets in the Isle of Sheppey. He brought it home, ladies and gentlemen. He brought it home. But I would be remiss if I did not say to everyone out there, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It is I, your good brother J News, back at it again with the lovely Dolores here on Workhorse Wrestling Network, talking about all things indie wrestling and Japanese wrestling, both on the men's and women's side. So stay tuned to all the news, and we've got some more news for you guys at the end of the show as well.
Yes.
So,
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say it's been a thought that I've been trying to figure out with J News. What do you think now of the relationship between AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling?
I think that the relationship between AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling is a good one, to be quite honest. And it has, at this point, I think it's going to start to serve the AEW talent who will be over in Japan much better than what the exchange was earlier, where everybody thought that AEW was just stealing all this New Japan talent and nothing was happening on the New Japan side. But now things are starting to happen on the New Japan side.
Yeah, I think it's changing, but it's just like it seems like it's always been one sided. Like, you know, I like almost kind of like Shug at the Source Awards. You know, you want to be all in the videos? Come to AEW. That's what it felt like.
Right.
Because everybody was just like, I went over there to visit and then I stayed. So it was like, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, where it's time. It is time for the vocal stylings of the good brother J News. It's time for a review.
All right, folks. Talking about the G1 Climax 34. A Block had these resident talents of Tetsuya Naito, Shota Umino, Shingo Takagi, Sanada, Great Okan, Zack Sabre Jr., Gabe Kidd, Evil, Jake Lee, and Callum Newman. B Block had Hiroki Goto, El Phantasmo, Yoda Tsuji, Yuri Uemura, Jeff Cobb, Hanare, David Finley, Ren Narita, Konosuke Takeshita, and Bolton Oleg. On we go. August 12th, Hiroki Goto and Hiroshi Tanahashi defeated Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, and Yoda Tsuji. Guerrillas of Destiny, El Phantasmo, and Jado defeated Bullet Club War Dogs, David Finley, and Gato. House of Torture members Ren Narita, Shogo Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Yujiro Takahashi defeated Konosuke Takeshita, and the United Empire's Francisco Akira, Hanare, and Jeff Cobb. Block A action, we had Gabe Kidd defeating Callum Newman in a short match. Zack Sabre Jr. had another banger of a match against Sanada. Those two are always great in the ring together. Shingo Takagi defeated Jake Lee in what I consider to be Jake Lee's best match of the tournament. But Shingo Takagi got the win there. Shota Umino did the Lord's work and he defeated Evil along with Dick Togo. After Shota Umino got his win, he then he didn't disqualify Evil, but then Evil was no longer in the running for the playoff picture after Shota Umino's win. And then the Great Okan did something that I didn't even know he could do. The Great Okan defeated Tetsuya Naito in his Block A match in the main event that night. The Great Okan will probably get a shot at the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship sometime down the road, but good match for Naito and Okan. On to the 14th, Ole Bolton and Toriano defeated Katsuyori Murashima and Shomakato. Bullet Club War Dogs, Gabe Kidd, and Jake Lee defeated just five guys, Sanada and Taka Michinoku. Shota Umino and Tomoaki Hama defeated House of Tortures, Dick Togo, and Evil. United Empire members Callum Newman and Francisco Akira, along with Great Okan, defeated Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Shingo Takagi, and Tetsuya Naito. Block B, we had Oleg Boltin defeating Yuri Uemura by forfeit. Reason being, as we stated last week, Uemura had sustained an injury during his match versus Yota Tsuji, and Uemura had to forfeit that match. Ultra Bullock was already mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, so that match didn't necessarily matter. Hanare defeated Hiroki Goto. David Finlay with Gato defeated El Phantasmo in a hell of a match. Konosuke Takeshita got another great match out of Ren Narita. So they both ended up with 10 points. And then the one and only Yota Tsuji, the Big Suge, defeated Jeff Cobb to eliminate Jeff Cobb out of the tournament and get himself into the playoffs. Just five guys, Doki, Sonata, Taichi, and Taka Michinoku defeated Bishamon members Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi, along with Katsuya Murashima and Tomoaki Honma. Bebop tag team of Hiroshi Tanahashi and Toru Yano, along with Oleg Boltin, defeated House of Torture members Sho Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Yujiro Takahashi. Bullet Club War Dogs, Gabe Kidd and Jake Lee defeated United Empire's Francisco Akira and Jeff Cobb. United Empire members Callum Newman and Hanan Ray defeated Los Ingobernables Japón, Bushi and Tetsuya Naito. House of Torture members Dick Togo, Evil and Ren Narita defeated Guerrillas of Destiny's El Phantasmo, Jado, and Shota Umino. And then TMDK's Hartley Jackson making his re-debut on New Japan Pro Wrestling after 10 years, along with Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Bullet Club War Dogs, David Finlay, and Gato. We then had playoff matches. Shingo Takagi defeated the Great Okan to move on, and Yota Tsuji, surprisingly, defeated Konosuke Takeshita in the Block B. We then move on to the 17th. TMDK, Mikey Nichols, and Robbie Eagles, along with Kosei Fujita, defeated Shomo Kato and Yoshihashi. Bullet Club War Dogs, Gabe Kidd and Jake Lee defeated Hiroki Goto and Tomoaki Honma. United Empires, Clown Newman and Jeff Cobb, along with Konosuke Takeshita, defeated Guerrillas of Destiny, El Phantasmo, and Jado, along with Shota Umino. House of Torture members, Evil, Ren Narita, Sho Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Yujiro Takahashi defeated Bebop tag team, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Toru Yano, along with Oleg Boltin, Ryusuke Taguchi, and Tiger Mask. The Bullet Club, Clark Connors, Drilla Maloney, and Taiji Ishimori defeated just five guys, Doki, Taichi, and Taka Michinoku. United Empire, Francisco Akira, the Great Okan, and Hanare defeated Los Ingobernables Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Tetsuya Naito.
I just want to say, I don't know if you've seen the J News, but Toru Yano has this his version of Cody's whiskey thing where he interviewed.
Yes. He started peddling his own liquor.
Yes, I could not stop laughing at that for no apparent reason. I was like, if somebody, because most of the time people just watch the matches and don't watch the other parts of the app, and I was like, I hope other people saw this like I did.
Yeah, for sure. He started peddling his own stuff. We then had the Block B finals. It was Yota Tsuji defeating David Finlay in a hell of a match. Look, for all intents and purposes, if you guys watch me on True Heel Heat, and if you don't, then you'll learn here, I am not the biggest fan of David Finlay, the character, right? I've always said that David Finlay is a tremendous in-ring performer and competitor. So I give him credit where credit is due. He really got a great match out of Yota Tsuji. And it feels to me, I'll say it here and I'll say it again tomorrow. You guys will see me on True Heel Heat on Monday afternoon, should I say. It seems to me that David Finlay is wrestling these matches, even though they're good to great matches. Seems like David Finlay's on his way out. That's the feeling I've been getting watching his last couple of matches. So we shall see at the end of the day. But terrific match between Yota Tsuji and David Finlay. Then the Block A final had Zack Sabre Jr. being cornered by his TMDK brethren, Kosei Fujita, Mikey Nichols, and Robbie Eagles, defeating the great Shingo Takagi in a awesome battle, which then set up the final of Yota Tsuji versus Zack Sabre Jr. on the 18th of August. Tenkoji, Hiroshi Tenzan, and Satoshi Kojima, the Bread Master, along with Ryusuke Taguchi, defeated Shomo Kato, Tiger Mask, and Yuji Nagata. Taichi defeated Katsuya Murashima. TMDK's Mikey Nichols and Robbie Eagles with Kosei Fujita defeated Francisco Akira and Konosuke Takeshita. Bullet Club, the War Dogs, Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney tagged with Taiji Ishimori to defeat just five guys, Doki, Sonata, and Taka Michinoku. We then had Bishamon, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi, along with Tomoaki Honma, defeating Bullet Club War Dogs, David Finlay, Gabe Kidd, and Jake Lee. House of Torture members Evil, Renarita, Showa, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, along with Yujiro Takahashi, defeated Bebop Tag Team, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Toriano, along with El Phantasmo, Oleg Boltin, and Shota Umino. That particular match that I just talked about had a whole bit about whether or not we were believing if El Phantasmo was going to be going on the House of Torture side or if he was going to stay on the Hantai side. Essentially and eventually, we got to a point where El Phantasmo tried to put on the House of Torture T-shirt. He threw it away, and then he started to help the the Hantai tag team because he stayed out of the match the majority of the match. He ended up helping to fight in the match, but yet again they lost, and Phantasmo, I believe, was the one who got pinned. And then they beat the crap out of Phantasmo after the fact because he sided with Hantai. Los Ingobernables de Jabon, Bushi, Hiro Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, Tetsuya Naito defeated United Empire members Callum Newman, Great O'Khan, Hanare, and Jeff Cobb. We had a spot in the match where we saw the future opponent of Hanare might be Hiromu Takahashi. No, not might be. I think they're going one-on-one at Capital Collision. So we'll see Hiromu Takahashi go up against Hanare at Capital Collision, I think, or if I'm not mistaken, it could be the King of Pro Wrestling Tour because I think Hiromu still has his second match with Mustafa Ali at Capital Collision, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see that and how that all plays out, or whatever the case is. And then I believe Jeff Cobb, once they got to the back, put up a challenge to a competitor I will mention in a bit. Then we had the G1 Climax 24 final, which included Zack Sabre Jr. versus Yota Tsuji. Zack Sabre Jr. being flanked by his TMDK members, Kosei Fujinamaki, Nichols, and Robbie Eagles. This was probably one of the most deliberately paced matches I've ever watched on a New Japan show outside of like the longer Tanahashi and the longer Okada matches. This was deliberately paced. There were a lack of rest holds in this match, but what I liked is that the back and forth between Tsuji and Zack Sabre Jr., even though the match was a long match, there were periods in between where rest holds usually happen. They were getting breaths of their own and resting on their own separately from one another because it's the striking was so tough and so hard and very strong style like that they had to take a breather from each other throughout the course of the match. Yota Tsuji, if Yota Tsuji isn't a star in people's eyes at this point, I don't know what to tell them. Tsuji had a great tournament. Tsuji had a great showing. He is the future of New Japan Pro Wrestling. That kid will be champion one day, just not sometime soon. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Yota Tsuji in quite the match. We celebrate in the streets of the Isle of Sheppey. Zack Sabre Jr. with the win. After the match was over, Zack Sabre Jr. Got on the microphone and he said, I'm paraphrasing here, fuck Wrestle Kingdom. I want my title shot next month at King of Pro Wrestling. So that's when it's going to happen. He will take his G1 win and convert it into a championship opportunity, and that opportunity is going to come against Tetsuya Naito in the month of September when they have the King of Pro Wrestling event. So that the idea will be if Zack Sabre Jr. can win his match versus Tetsuya Naito, he will walk into Royal Quest 4, which will be taking place on October 20th back in the UK, so that Zack Sabre Jr. can walk into the UK at Royal Quest 4 as the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. We'll see if it happens. But to end the point that I was making earlier about about Jeff Cobb and the comments in the back, when Yota Tsuji was in the back doing his post-match comments, Jeff Cobb interrupted Yota Tsuji's post-match comments, and it seems that Yota Tsuji will be Jeff Cobb's next challenger for the NJPW World TV Championship. So that's interesting. So they're giving Tsuji more spotlight. Another tremendous match I expect to see between Yota Tsuji and Jeff Cobb. So yeah.
Right now, the match is listed for Capital Collision is for the New Japan strong open weight title, tag team title three-way number one contendership match. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Ishii versus GYV versus TMDK, Bad Dude Tito, and Robbie Eagles. Oh, shocker. Who do I think is going to get pinned out of here? We have a six-man tag match of Chaos, Rocky Romero, um, Yoshihashi, and Kevin Knight versus Bullet Club War Dogs, Clark Connors, David Finlay, Drilla Maloney. We have a tag team match of the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Joel Nelson, Royce Isaacs versus Dirty Work, Fred Rosser, and Tom Lawler. Zack David Jr. versus Teton, TJP versus Tetsuya Naito. For the strong open weight tag team title, we have TMDK, Mikey Nichols, and Shane Hayes versus Hechicero. Is that how you pronounce it? And Virus. We have Mustafa Ali versus Hiromu Takahashi. Excuse me. And then for the strong open weight title, we have Gate Kid versus Leo Rush. For the women's title, strong women's title, Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The Capital Collision card is a strong one. It's definitely a strong one.
So this is how we ended the G1.
Yeah, the G1 ended in the way that a lot of us wanted it to end, with Zack Sabre Jr. on top, and hopefully he gets the title win over Tetsuya Naito within the next month and a half. But David Finlay had a strong showing. Konosuke Takeshita had the strongest showing of them all, to be quite honest. In his post tournament comments, he talked about returning to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he really liked being at New Japan Pro Wrestling. So we'll see how that works out for him. So we'll go from there. But on to Stardom's 5-Star Grand Prix 2024, which has been going on. Matches on the 11th pre-show tag match. We had God's Eye, Haina and Lady C defeating Rian and Waka Tsukiyama. Block C match, we had Maika defeating Yuna Mizumori. Block C again, we had Hazuki defeating Ruaka. Manami defeated Konami. And tag match here, we had Hate, Natsuko, Tora, and Reno defeating Cosmic Angels, Natsupoi, and Tam Nakano. Then we went on to Block D matches. Tomaka Inaba defeated Momo Watanabe. Azumi defeated Mei Sarah, or as a matter of fact, it was a time of a draw between her and Mei Sarah. And then we had Block D, Mayu Iwatani defeating Sayalita. On the 12th, which was an afternoon show, we had Mayu Amasaki defeating Momo Kogo and Rana Yagami and Waka Tsukiyama. Block A matches, we had Starlight Kid defeating Anna Jay in quite the match. I've very much been impressed with Anna Jay during the 5-Star Grand Prix, and Starlight Kid is my favorite Stardom wrestler. She can do no wrong in my eyes. So Suzu Suzuki defeated Saki Kashima. Xena defeated Kaguma. Saya Kamatani defeated Thekla. Sayori Anu defeated Siri. And Hanan defeated Riza Sarah. On the 12th, the evening show, we had Block C matches. We had Natsupoi defeating Yuna Mizumori, Azumi in a double countout with Tomaka Inaba. We had Konami defeating Hazuki. Tag match here, God's Eye, Hina and Lady C defeated Hate members Natsuko, Tora, and Rina. Mei Sarah defeated Momo Watanabe in her Block D match. Manami and Ruaka went to a time limit draw. And Sayalita defeated Tam Nakano in quite the bout. On the 15th, we had a tag match, God's Eye. Haina and Lady C defeated Cosmic Angels, Aya Sakura and Sayaka Kurara, along with stars of Hazuki and Momokogo. Block D matches, Azumi defeated Tam Nakano in quite the battle. Thekla defeated Rana Yagami. Kaguma defeated Mayu Misaki. Tomaka Inaba defeated Sayalita. And we had a tag match to end that particular show, which was Hate, Natsuko Tora, Rina, and Saya Kamatani defeating Empress Nexus Venus, Waka Tsukiyama, and Xena, along with Mei Sarah. Block C matches on the 15th. Natsupoi defeated Ruaka. Saki Kashima defeated Hanan. Manami defeated Yuna Mizumori. Sayuri defeated Anna Jay. Maika defeated Konami. Rice's Sarah defeated Suzu Suzuki. Sayuri Ano went to a time limit draw with Starlight Kid in what was them just bringing out the best of each other in a high speed battle. And Mayu Iwatani defeated Momo Watanabe, where the moment of the night was Mayu Iwatani pulling out one of the prettiest poison ranas I've ever seen in my life. N1 victory. Noah tournament. Block A, we had Kaito Kiyomiya defeating Atsuji Kotoge via forfeit. Oka Sasaki defeating Alpha Wolf. Kai Fujimura, Shuhei Taniguchi, and Shuji Ishikawa defeated Junta Miyawaki, Naomichi Marufuji, and Takashi Sugiyara. Dragon Bane defeated Masaki Tamiya. Manabu Soya defeated Tavion Heights. Tavion Heights seems to be taking over Japan. The Japanese crowd loves him, even in his losses. He had a great showing versus Manabu Soya. Tavion Heights from NXT WWE. Hayata, Tadasuke, and Yohei, the juniors, defeated Daga, Super Crazy, and Yu Owada. Block A match, Luis Mante defeats Ryohei Oiwa, and Titus Alexander defeated Yoshiki Inamura on the 11th. On the 12th, we had Block B, Titus Alexander defeating El Hijo de Dr. Wagner via forfeit. Titus Alexander and Yu Owada defeated Daga and Kai Fujimura. Amakusa, Iyada, and Ninja Mac defeated Hayata, Tadasuke, and Yohei. Hajime Ohara and Hitoshi Kumano defeated High 69 and Super Crazy. In a Block A match, Kaito Kiyomiya defeated Dragon Bane. Tavion Heights defeated Keno in a very surprising move there. Surprising booking there. Josh Briggs defeated Masaki Tamiya. Naomichi Marufuji, Takashi Sugiyara defeated Shuhei Taniguchi and Shuji Ishikawa. Block A match, Ryohei Oiwa defeated Jack Morris, and Yoshiki Inamura defeated Manabu Soya. On the 17th, Block A, we had Ryohei Oiwa, New Japan's own, defeated Atsushi Kotoge via forfeit. Tavion Heights defeated El Hijo de Dr. Wagner via forfeit. Alejandro versus Junta Miyawaki was a time limit draw. Tadasuke, Tavion Heights, and Yohei defeated Kai Fujimura, Ryohei Oiwa, and Yu Owada. Block B matches, we had Block B match, we had Alpha Wolf and Keno go to double countout. Jack Morris in his Block A match defeated Luis Mante. Daga and Super Crazy defeated Amakusa and Hayata. Block B match, we had Manabu Soya defeating Ulka Sasaki. And on Block A match, we had Kaito Kiyomiya, the champion, defeating Josh Briggs. On the 18th, Block A match, we had Jack Morris defeating Atsushi Kotoge via forfeit. Keno defeated El Hijo de Dr. Wagner via forfeit. All Rebellion, Alejandro and Keno defeated Jack Morris and Super Crazy. Amakusa defeated Daga and Hajime Ohara. Block B match, Titus Alexander defeated Ulka Sasaki. Block A match, Ryohei Oiwa defeated Dragon Bane. Hayata, Tadasuke, and Yohei defeated Junta Miyawaki, Kai Fujimura, and Yu Owada. Block B, Manabu Soya defeated Alpha Wolf. Block A, Josh Briggs defeated Luis Mante. Block B, Tavion Heights defeated Yoshiki Inamura. And Block A, we had Kaito Kiyomiya and Masaki Tamiya go to a time limit draw. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been pegged to review this atrocity of a show, Triple Mania 32, live from Mexico City. Dolores.
I'm going to step out of the box because this is a moment where J News don't need to be involved in this. You all said it seemed like just allegedly.
Allegedly.
Can we find the most racist people to work on a show that they typically wouldn't want to be on? That should be great. And I think y'all should second guess that next year. Okay. Normally times I'm like excited to see it. As soon as I went over the initial matches, I was like, oh, okay. And then once we got the day of matches, I was like, oh no, 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 no. So Jay News will review it because he speaks the language. Ladies, watch out. Jay News can speak the language. Okay. But as far as the show goes, all I can say for those who know me and have heard my hints, I just want to say it was casket sharp. Okay.
Yeah, I can't defend this. AAA Reina de Reinas title match. It was Flamer with La Señora Dales, the champion, retaining against Fabi Apache with Sexy Star. Copa Pardal Cibernetico match. Octagon Jr. defeated Pimpinela Escalarta and Alan Stone and Charlie Manson and El Elegido and Estrellita and Guapito and Heavy Metal and Jesse Queen and Kenzo Suzuki and La Hieda and Marco Corleone and Mascarita Sagrada and Microman and Mr. Iguana and Niño Hamburguesa and Zumbido. Yeah. AAA World Tag Team Title 3-Way match. The one and only Raj Desi. Yes, Raj Desi, a.k.a. Don't Hinder the Gender, along with his tag team partner, Satnam Singh, being flanked by Jeff Jarrett, defeated the legend, La Leyenda Negro Casas, who was tagging with Psycho Clown, and Dr. Wagner Jr., who was tagging with his son, Galeno del Mal. And we have new AAA World Tag Team champions in Raj Desi and Satnam Singh. AAA World Cruiserweight Title 3-Way match that involved Matt Riddle, Commander, and Laredo Kid had Matt Riddle winning a Cruiserweight title in AAA over Commander and Laredo Kid.
You know how that man Vincent said that he didn't want criminals in his XFL, but the NFL was like, "Come on in,
right?
Come on in." This is what it feels like. AAA was doing was like, "Oh, don't nobody like you? You done did something messed up? Come on in, right. Come on in," because you have a person who has admitted to that white stuff. You've had somebody who really sort of kind of admitted it and jumped out the window because of that white stuff. And then you had a man who seemed to be powered at the time to get on that white stuff to put his hands on people, along with seemed like you tried to redeem yourself from having non-Mexican Americans win a title to come back and say, I'm going to put a man who is notoriously an a-hole to win over, quote unquote, Fox News itself. It seemed like it was just getting a problem. Like y'all just like, who let this happen? I just want to know.
I mean, from my understanding, Conan is still the booker over at AAA. So there's that. But
listen, WWE give him a job as a Paul Heyman promoter, but because he can cut a promo. But booking, back away from the table. Not everybody should be your friend. Okay, sometimes you can't do business with friends.
Yeah, well,
because this is not. I can honestly tell you, this is not. New Japan and other companies are combining together to work together, and everybody is on one accord. This pay-per-view is not on one accord with any other companies I've seen some of these wrestlers go and work with. Because my thing about it is, if Tony was okay with Mr. Patron, that's what I'm gonna call him, because even the drink now at this point is bad. Everything is bad. I don't see him attempting to come to a working with the WWE or AEW at this point. Now, if Tony is having a party and some powdered sugar appears. Maybe. Okay. I don't listen. I'm not on. Let's see what it would be on. It would be on here. As far as that go, if this happened,
Oh my God.
then I would say, because you see, he having a good time. Then maybe he might show up, okay? But I don't see that happening. So it's like at this point, you are getting in the waters, and it's some dirty, dirty water, okay?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at this point, why are we doing this? I just don't understand. And at this point, I don't feel like, personally for me, if this is the type of wrestling we're going to do, where it's just like everybody who's problematic and who got a problem and who trying to get a redemption story is all gonna get on one pay-per-view to fix their stuff.
Yeah,
No, it's not gonna work for me. I don't want to watch that. Also, Pimpinella, I love you, but the look and the same old stuff. It's getting a little bit tiring. Because I actually did peep in on this. And I was like, and was it Nino and Bugessa?
Yeah.
Listen, ain't nothing small about you, buddy.
No, there isn't anything small about it. At the end of the day, Nino Hamburguesa just means hamburger kid, so it doesn't necessarily mean anything small. But to finish off or to continue on, we then next had the casket match, which had one of my favorite talents of all time, El Vampiro Canadiense, defeating El Mesias, who was flanked by Jeff Jarrett and Sam Adonis. We then had the AAA Mega Title match, which saw Alberto El Patron defeating Nick Nemeth, and Nick Nemeth was flanked by John Bradshaw Layfield. Surprising to say the least. Title change there. And then
I just want to point out, for ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about John Bradshaw Layfield, Fox contributor, along with his best friend Nick Nemeth, who actually feels like we should build the wall, but yet went over there to get that money, those pesos, and he didn't feel like that wall was needed then. I just want to point that out.
I don't know. I don't pay attention, nor do I care to know what these wrestlers' politics are.
Oh, wait a minute. It's not even that. It's he was chasing them on WWE TV across the border. Remember that?
I do not. I do not.
He was with a flashlight. I think that was during his time when he was going against Rey Mysterio, running out the quote unquote immigrants in the woods. That's the skit that they had him do.
Interesting.
I remember that because I remember that was the first time I said this went too far.
Yeah, and I think after the match or something, after the mega title match, there was a video promo that was cut by Rey Mysterio Jr. as well. So I don't know what the promo said. I just know that it happened after this particular match. So there's that, and then we had Mask versus Hair, Domo de la Muerte match, una lucha de apuestas. We had Abismo Negro Jr. and Cibernetico and Dark Cuervo and Dark Oz and Dave the Clown and El Fiscal and Murder Clown and Panic Clown defeating Psicosis. Psicosis, after years of continuing to have his mask on in Mexico, unmasked in Mexico.
I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, if you watch some of these matches like last year, my thing about it is, if your mask is always almost half off your face, I've seen you at this point. You might as well just take it on off. Finish it. Finish him. That's what we just about to say. It was like, why did everybody defeat one man? Y'all really just did not. Y'all was like, you know what? You're gonna do this today, and we all gonna get together.
Yeah.
Like, this was a match. I thought we were gonna get down to the last 2 or 3 people, and one person was gonna lose their hair, one person was gonna lose their mask. No. Everybody's like, only one person gonna lose, and it's gonna be you.
Yeah.
This right here, this is one of these things where I have to be honest with you people. I watched this and I lost brain cells. I first of all did not understand what they were saying half of the time. That's on me because I need to remember Spanish class. I just watched the telenovelas, and this is the best I can get to.
Yeah.
The Family Rivera, I watched that too. But you get me into some hardcore. I have to put my listening ears on. Can't tell you what's being said. I can tell you what I see, and what I thought was trash. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna continue with me. Me. I want to tell you that Bodie Young Prodigy defeated Dante King and David Richardson and Fox Valentine. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Shogun defeated Magnificent. Okay? These names are getting real out of control. Kenny King defeated Jay Vidal and Richard Adonis for the FSW heavyweight title / hog heavyweight title. We talked about this. We talked about this last week. Danny Limelight defeated Mike Santana by DQ. So you know everybody just keep their championship at this point. FSW women's title match. Maserati defeated Domin Virago. All I want to say is Maserati, hard wig, soft life. The main event, Jay Lyon and Midas Black defeated the Unguided of Damian Drake and Matt Vandegrift. For the Mecca Grand title match, Chris Bay defeated Amazing Red in a match that I would say was good, but it's not like the rest of Amazing Red. It was good. It was really good. And I would say out of all these matches, that's the match to go back and watch. But if I'm ranking them against like his match against Swerve or Gringo Loco or the other many of matches, which it seems like he's on a retirement tour, I would say this would probably be middle to last. Now we get the stylings of the good brother, Jay News Alpha. I want to tell you, I'm going to chime in on the last match. Well, not the last match, but the match.
All right, so we have a DDT GCW combined show at Hurricane Hall that went down on August 12th. Schadenfreude International, Chris Brooks and Takeshi Masada, Maki Ito and Marcus Mathers defeated Illusion, Masha Slamovich, Yuki Ueno, and Ueno.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Maki Ito, they made Maki Ito cry.
Yes.
And then everybody came in the ring, Marcus Mathers, and Chris Brooks and Masada, and they all cried.
Yeah.
And then the referee cried.
Yeah.
And then the tag did, and then it just seemed like even Masha was standing there like, what is happening? And I was like, yeah, this is what happens. This is what happens when you pushed her lightly, and she just fell and cried. I felt bad for my girl. I wanted to cry with her, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna hold it. Okay. I'm gonna let Jay Lou get back to his stuff, and then I'm gonna come back for my match. Okay.
So we then had a match that included Ali Catch and the Dark Sheik defeating Antonio Honda and Kazuki Hirata. We had Damnation TA, Daisuke Sasaki, and Cannon defeating Broski Jimmy and Rina Yamashita. Burning, Tetsuya Endo and Yuki Lino defeating the one called Manders and Gringo Loco. Dan Shoku Dino versus Effie was a no contest. The GCW World Title 3-way match, which included Mance Warner, the champion, defeating Joey Janela and Shunma Katsumata. And then the DDT Universal Title match, which the one and only Mao, the champion, defeated Zusos Alex Zane by referee's decision.
And first of all, before I get into the Effie match, Alex Zane seemed to have gotten hurt in this match. And so He tried to get up, fell down, couldn't get up, put weight on his leg. So that's why they ended the match. As far as it goes to Dino and Effie, um, I'm just gonna tell it like it is. Effie came out to a shocked, slightly quiet crowd screaming, "It's about to get gay in here!" And he just started screaming it louder and louder. And he came in, he got in the ring, and then Dino came out. And ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't seen Dino, Dino is DDT's version of Effie. But he take it a step further because he just started kissing everybody in the crowd. And Big DMLJ decided he raised his hand and he walked past him at first, and then he came back. He gave my good brother a good long peck on the mouth after he took his glasses off to make sure he grabbed him real good. Okay? Then they got in the ring and they began to hump each other a little bit. And so that's when an official came in to say, hey, it's none of this stuff. No funny stuff. We're going to do wrestling. They wrestled for a little bit, and then another person entered the ring doing some funny stuff. And the referee was frustrated, and the official was frustrated. And then the referee essentially did a moonsault on Effie. He jumped up, he flipped over, he hit that thing. And so by then now, Dino was mad. You messing with my man, you messing with me. Okay? And so they teamed up on the referee. When the third person arrived, they did this move, which I'm going to call the nutcracker. Okay? Because one person gets upside down, like you're doing a push-up upside down, while another person, who is Dino, pulls his pants down also and sits on the top rope and bounces up and down. So your head go in between and it just smacks. Butt cheek in between. Head just smacks. And guess who got nutcrackered? It was the official. And by the time the second referee jumped in, he said, "You know what? You ain't got to worry about me. This match is over. Okay? I'm not doing none of this." And but I felt bad for Effie because Effie did stick his head to get nutcracker, but they stopped. They were like, no. But Dino, I give Effie credit. You know, Effie knows his big people because Dino on the way out jumped into Effie's arms and Effie told him all the way to the back. Okay? He straddled that man. He told him like a newborn baby. Okay? So at this point, I was like, you know what? I see why I love DDT again. Okay? Because they do too much to a shock crowd. This crowd is more like New Japan crowd. They were not ready for all that happened, J News, in that match. They were shocked, appalled. Some people laughed. Dino kissed people in the mouth like he knew them. Like he knew them.
You know, there are, I would say, yeah, perfect. There's limits to shit. There's limits to shit. And yeah, sometimes people take it too far. Sky's the limit happened on.
Again, if you watch DDT like I do during WrestleMania weekend, which if go back to True Hill Heat, that was the funniest thing this year is that when the guys watched them watch DDT. No, I think it was the year before. Watch DDT, and they realized that they were pulling their pants down and they were shoving heads in people's behinds. And Dino did a move, which I don't know if it works, but if you just thrust hard enough into somebody's face, you can kind of like knock them down. Do as you will. You know, me and try that on your lady tonight. I don't know. I'm just saying, you thrust hard enough, will it knock her out? Okay. So it makes people uncomfortable, and I I absolutely adore it. Every time I see it. Every time I see it, I can't help but laugh at it.
Well, all right. I mean, if you find it funny, I'm sure other people find it funny. It's not my cup of tea, but I'm not here to say if it's wrong or right. I'm just here to say it's not my cup of tea. So that is what that is. But Sky's the Limit happened on August 13th. GCW show. We had one of my favorite Japanese women's wrestlers, Mayu Yamashita, defeating Broski Jimmy by referee's decision. I'm sure Mayu did her skull kick and Jimmy couldn't get back up. We then had the GCW Extreme title match. Maki Ito, the champion, defeated the legend, the great Sasuke. Um, then we had a match that had Joey Janela defeating Marcus Mathers. Thrusty, Ali Catch, Dark Sheik, and Effie defeated Aja Kong, Mao, and Masahi Takeda. We then had Danhausen. We had a Danhausen sighting. He defeated Kikutaro. Masha Slamovich and Rina Yamashita defeated Gringo Loco and Violento. And then we had the GCW World title match, which had Mance Warner, the champion, defeating the one called Manders.
All I just want to say, anytime, because Jay News, he's very professional. Anytime I see that word, I like to scream out, Thrissy! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Thrissy. Alley Catch, Dark Chic, and everything. Thrissy, not Bussy, Thrissy, okay? I enjoyed them.
And GCW's You Only Die Once sounds like a James Bond title. Happened
But
on
yeah, but it's true. You can, I don't listen. Let me say, some people say that they have had multiple experiences. I have literally, I can say I've had that experience more than once. I just kept going out and then it just kept coming back. But generally, it only takes one time and then you're out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a GCW title match, which had Masa Slamovich, the champion, defeat Marcus Mathers. Ali Catch and Dark Sheik defeated Kaya Toribami and Shoko Nakajima. Tetsuya Endo defeated Green Golonko. Rina Yamashita defeated One Call Manders. Andreza Giant Panda. If you guys haven't been aware, there is a person who wrestles in DDT in a giant panda costume. That is Andreza, the giant panda. Defeated Broski Jimmy and Danhausen and Effie and Joey Janela and Kikutaro. And then we had the GCW World title match, which included Mance Warner, the champion, defeating Takayuki Ueki.
Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? No Signal in the Hills Part 4. That was on the 17th, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, I had a lot of watching of wrestling this week, okay? So Broski Jimmy defeated Mr. Danger. Sidney Akeem, a.k.a. Smoking at Reggie, defeated Rich Swan in a good match. It wasn't great, but it was good. Dark Sheet and Vipers defeated CPF, which was Danny Black and Joe Lando. Chavo Guerrero Jr., yes, I said that right. And Los Macizos, Cinco and Miro Extremo defeated Los Desperados of Eras, Gringo Loco, and Jack Cardwell. One Kyle Manders defeated Jordan Cruz. Starboy Charlie defeated Marcus Mathers. You see the thing. You see the thing. Sometimes they don't start, but somebody got to finish it. Blake Christian defeated Megan Bain. Boo! That man just like to beat up on females like this.
Shout out to Blake Christian, who was on ROH TV this week in a banger of a match versus Leo Rush. Shout out.
He is the bootleg Shawn Michaels at this point. For the GCW Tag Team titles, Violence is Forever. Dominic Gennari and Kevin Koo defeated the Wolf Zaddies of Bad Dude Tito and Che Cabrera. That's how you pronounce it?
That's exactly how you pronounce it.
Thank you. See, I'm learning something through J News. Spanish with J News. GCW World Title match. Mance Warner defeated Frankie Kazarian. Mance Warner is out here trying to take everybody, your eye, your leg, your arm. He's just trying to take it all. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're into the good part. This is where J News come back. Because I know you came to hear J News. You didn't come to see me or hear me. You came to see and hear the vocal stylings of the good brother J News. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going first? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Scared me for a second. Oh, yeah, because you know what?
You got the Wrestling Revolver shows coming out.
Yeah, because I forgot. I'm used to New Japan doing too much, and they ain't doing nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Wrestling Revolver Taste of the Truth on the 24th. We have Bang and Matthews, August Bang and August Matthews and David Bang versus the Rascals of Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. Matt Riddle versus Will Coleman. We have Bear Boards and Bull Rope match. Jake Chris and Matthew Palmer. This is Matthew Palmer in Wrestling Revolver is where I don't forget who it was. Screamed as he came out for something. That's Athena's like repeatedly. Josh Alexander versus Mike Bailey. That's gonna be a banger. Banger, banger, banger. We have Red, which is Alex Colon, Dark Pledge, and Steve Macklin versus two people we don't know, along with Casey Jacobs. For the PWR remix title, we have Gringo Loco versus Lindsay Dorado. To make them have to find a first class ticket to your house, okay? Then we have for the Revolver title 4-way elimination match. Ace Austin champion versus Rich Swann versus Jake something versus Myron Reed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're on because it's scheduled on the same day. Now, I don't know. I only see one in Triller, but both of them are supposed to be there. Wrestling Revolvers Fight Club on the same day. We have a no ropes caged combat match with Mike Bailey and Matt Makowski. No ropes match cage combat. This is going to be the same type of match. Marina Shafir versus Bert Vixen. No ropes cage combat match. Jake something versus Brandon Lee. No ropes cage combat match. Steve Macklin versus Atticus Cougar. No ropes cage combat match. Simon Gotch versus Josh Alexander. And a no ropes combat match. Lindsay Dorado versus Robert Motters. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to GCW, which is happening at this current moment. GCW. Save me. That's what I said. Save me. Save me from these streets. Okay? We have Gringo Loco versus Jack Cartwheel. Broski Jimmy versus One Call Manders. Gino Rivera and Ocean Avery versus Bussy. Okay? Bussy, Alley Catch, and Effie. Blake Christian versus Marcus Mathers. Masha Slamovich versus Starboy Charlie. Joey Janela is going against Tombstone Jesus. Okay? Or in J News terms, he might say Tombstone Jesus. Okay? I don't know. For the GCW title match, it'll be Mans Warner versus Manny Lemons. Okay? On the 19th, which, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this, it's free because you don't need Triller for this. JCW shows come on YouTube. Free. Okay? Up all night. Listen, sometimes if you're in these streets, you might be up all night. Okay? That's what you might need to be saved from. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, you have Alex Price versus Mr. Danger. Griffin McCoy versus Dustin Waller. For the JCW title match, Masha Slamovich versus Broski Jimmy. We have GCW Homecoming on the 24th, and it's going to be part 1. I said it, part 1 or 2. I know. You're like, Dolores, you going to watch all of this? Yes, I am. Okay? And then that's going to be the reason why I say what I said at the end of this show. Okay? We're going to have Braden Kirk and Casey Catal versus Los Macisos, Single Pay and Mito Extremo. Matthew Justice versus Zilla Fatu. Masha Slamovich versus Galeno Del Mar. Listen, you haven't seen Galeno Del Mar? That's Effie, but an older version. When I said do too much, Cash Dog doing too much. That's what Galeno Del Mar does. Tony Deppin versus Sydney Akeem, aka Spungin' Reggie. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Big Effin' Joe. You heard me right, Big Effin' Joe versus John Wayne Murdoch. Ultra Menace Black versus Danhausen. See, listen, I don't know why Ultra Mantis decided to combine his name in the beginning and just like Black. Wait a minute, I'm Ultra Mantis Black, okay? Like the white version gonna jump out. GCW World Title 3-way ladder match. Matt Warner, the champion, versus Joey Janela versus Blake Christian. Okay? We have the Bollywood Boys. Can't pronounce that.
It's Gervin Harv's Europe.
See. And Raj Desi, sorry. Versus Thrusty. I can say that. Thrusty. Alley Catch, Dark Sheik, and Effie. And then we have a death match. Nick Gage versus Drew Parker. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to day 2. On the 25th, it is going to be Megan Bain versus Masha Slamovich. That's going to be a slapper. I can't wait for that. Tony Deppin versus Galeno Del Mar. Fuego Sol versus Charles Mason. Mike Bailey versus Zilla Fatu. Going to be a good match. We get Big Effin' Joe and Drew Parker and Lou Nixon versus Brendan Kirk, Hoodfoot, and Matt Tremont. And Matt Hardy and Nick Gage versus Deathmatch Royalty of Broski Jimmy and Matt Cardona.
Wait a minute. Matt Cardona is going to be in a match only a couple of months removed from pec surgery?
Yes, but most likely Matt is going to say he hurt and put somebody in there. But, you know, he's slimy like that. He's slimy like that.
All right.
So that's the end, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, J News is going to have to step out of the box. You're going to have to jump out the box, okay? And today, while I run 9,000 errands right now, J News is going to tell you his spotlight of the week.
Folks, I mentioned them earlier. Our spotlight of the week is none other than Zack Sabre Jr. for the second week in a row. Reason being, Zack Sabre Jr. did something that no other British wrestler has ever done in the history of professional wrestling. He is now a G1 Climax winner. He has shot his shot. He will be going for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at King of Pro Wrestling show in September. The hope is that he wins it there and he's able to get himself that championship and walk into Royal Quest, which will take place in the UK on October 20th. And he'll be able to go in there and walk in as champion. He's the spotlight because the culmination of these last 18 days of this G1 Climax 34 tournament turned out to be like a lot of us wanted it to be. Because sometimes, folks, and this is the reality, even in movies or certain forms of entertainment, certain things are just staring you in the face, and you just have to do it, right? And I think Gato and the hierarchy over at New Japan Pro Wrestling made the right decision by allowing Zack Sabre Jr. to become the G1 Climax 34 winner. A lot of people over on the side of the internet wrestling community were commenting that it seemed like they were working the tournament towards Yuya Uemura winning this tournament. I don't think so. I don't think that was the call at all. If anything, if the backup plan is what it is, just through the way that it was, just through the way that it was done, I feel that Yuya probably would have gone to the finals and faced off with Zack instead of Suji, but Zack would have still won. But Yuya Uemura was supposed to get a further ascension in the ranks of New Japan, but unfortunately, the injury that he suffered was very untimely in his match versus Yota Tsuji. Shouts to Yota Tsuji. In Yota Tsuji's semifinal match against David Finlay, Yota Tsuji used the deadbolt suplex, which is Yuya Uemura's finisher, the one that Yuya's been using since he was a young lion. Yuya Uemura and Yota Tsuji are really, really good friends. And at the end of the day, for me to see Yota Tsuji basically pay homage to his fallen brother at that point in time by using his deadbolt suplex to then hit David Finlay with the Gene Blast for the win. To quote Ric Flair, it brought a tear to my eye. Oh man! Shouts to Yota Tsuji for that. I wanted to mention that on the sidebar, but Zack Sabre Jr., TMDK all day, yay! Because that's the way it's supposed to be done. Big ups to British wrestlers all around the world. Big ups to people congratulating Zack Sabre Jr. on the internet. I saw one retweet from True Heel Heat, basically retweeting Finn Balor, aka the Prince, aka Fergal Devitt, congratulating Zack Sabre Jr. on his G1 win. That's big, and everybody in the likes congratulating Zack Sabre Jr. as well. In the back during the post match stuff. Zack Sabre Jr.'s best friend Chris Brooks was back there celebrating with him and stuff like that. That was cool to see. Yeah, man, Brit Rest might not have the best energy around it due to all the fallout over the last couple of years. But at the end of the day, there are some there's some good eggs that came out of that Brit Rest wrestling scene, and Zack Sabre Jr. seems to be one of them. And he's a spectacular in-ring technician, the best with the techers. And he showed out, and he was able to win that G1 tournament today. And hopefully he wins that IWGP World Heavyweight Championship in about a month and a half's time. So shout out to Zack Sabre Jr. For all that. And continuing to put on fantastic matches, man. And hopefully he'll be able to carry the torch for the older part of the generation as he continues to also rise, or at least bring up with him the younger generation that is now taking part in New Japan Pro Wrestling. That includes Yota Tsuji, that includes Ren Narita, that includes Shota Umino, that includes Yuya Uemura when he comes back. So that young generation, those Rewa boys, and the newer guys, the Bolton Olegs of the world and stuff like that. Just because Tetsuya Naito can't do it on his own. They don't have Okada anymore. A lot of the older guys are just that. They're just much older at this point, so they can't put on the quality matches that New Japan is used to having. So having Zack Sabre Jr. in that spot is a really, really good thing, and I think it's only going to benefit New Japan in the long run. So I just wanted to put that out there. Spotlight Zack Sabre Jr. for the second week in a row here on Seeing Stars, and make all those different points about him. And yeah. Props to Zack Sabre Jr. Props to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know you saw that little banner pop up. It wasn't supposed to do that, but it did what it wanted to do. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get you. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you all a good message about this man that sits before you. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to check out J News, because you know J News is a good man, Savannah, okay? He's a good man. You need to go check him out, okay? Check him out. Go over there, Savannah. Go over there.
If you guys get that reference, put the comments in the chat. Put the comments on YouTube. Leave us a drop in the chat if you understand where that comes from. But as always, Dolores, as always, and the people here at Workhorse Wrestling Network, let me plug my shit. John L., your friendly neighborhood moviegoer. It is I. John L. is my first name, the J&J News. Last review that I put up was for an animated movie that I watched a couple of weeks ago. I haven't been back to the movie theater in about 12 days time. I'll be back there tomorrow, so I'll be catching up with another movie from Focus Features called Didi. So I'll be watching that tomorrow, and I'll be writing a review for that on Letterboxd, and I'll also be, hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything pans out, I'll be doing my first video review on the YouTube for Didi. That'll be up during the week, so I'll be recording that tomorrow night after I write my written review on the Letterboxd, and then I'll record my review on the video so that folks can have that and the content can start to flow. So just wanted to let you guys know. Check me out on all the social medias, be it the X/Twitter, the Instagram, the YouTube, Facebook, even Instagram and all that jazz, at John LYFNMG, your friendly neighborhood moviegoer. John L is me. And yeah, Savannah, come check me out. I'm a good man, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to remind you again. You see that? You see that? If you don't go check out this man right here, this lovely, lovely man. And see, last week, I was a little light on my brother, okay? Because he was looking like a baby boy out here, okay? He was out here young. Ladies, young Teneroni out in these streets. You got to go get him, Savannah. Go get him, okay? Don't you barely find good men like this, Savannah, okay? You got to get him. He speaks multiple languages. He knows about wrestling. He's real smart in sports. Savannah, go get that man, okay? If not, you're going to regret it, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, you will regret it. I'm telling you. If not now, but later, if you don't go over to J News, okay? I don't want to do it to you. I didn't want to do it to you. I didn't want to do it to you.
Dolores is out here, as I like to say at times, doing the Lord's work. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, that is what
Listen,
that is.
Ladies, keyword to this, ladies. Gentlemen, you can go check out the review. Yo, ladies, Ben, they, them, whoever you want to. But ladies specifically, you see J News, whatever side you on me. You see J News, okay? He out here looking like he in his prime 20s, maybe 30, okay? He out here, he went from looking like he was 19 last week to he done got into his 20s, okay? Remember, 2 weeks ago, J News was looking like somebody's daddy, okay?
Oh, man.
He regressing. He going back. He's like, you know what? I look too young. That's why ain't nobody coming out here to my channel. Ain't nobody out here subscribing. So I got to age forward a little bit. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, you got to. Especially, secretly. Come on, ladies. You gotta come out and show. You can't be in the bushes looking at J News. You got to pop out and show niggas, okay?
So, Dolores, you just said people can't be in the bushes. Got to pop out and show some folks.
Yes.
I believe
folks, but the actual words is like I was about to rap the song.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It happens. But I think
okay. Now, if you see ALW and Sammy rap that lyric, get in it. Take your foot, go in it. Okay.
But I believe we have some news for
yes, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is this good man, getting, you're gonna have to snatch him. You're gonna have to snatch him because he's gonna be unavailable after next week. Okay, he's gonna be unavailable on Workhorse Wrestling Network. There is, ladies and gentlemen. I know I mentioned it last week, but I have put in. I feel like singing Fantasia. I put my 2-week notice in. Jesus, my baby. I have to let my baby go. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, me and J News, we're gonna separate but be together, okay? This is like when celebrities say we co-parenting very well. This is what we're gonna do, okay? Because I am now on my own channel, yes. And next week I'll have the QR code up for you to come by. I also have J News' QR code up so you can check him out. Because we are two great people here on YouTube and many other social medias. But we're going to do a review every week or so on my channel. We still will do big indie events over here once in a while. So we ain't quite leaving. You ain't quite got rid of us. We like them kids that you send to school and when they go to college and they still come home and shop, that's us, okay? We still gonna come home and shop. I need some milk. I need some toilet paper. I need some paper towels. Oh, you got some brand new socks? Yank, I got them too. Okay? Right. That's how we gonna do over here. But we will be on my channel. I'll be helping when I can over at J News channel because your girl does the social media managing things of the things. So if your brother calls me now, I don't watch movies like J News. The streaming service in the world, I stay inside. If you ask me for inside movie review, I can give it to you. If you ask me about a brand new movie outside, I don't know nothing about that. I'm gonna send you straight to J News. Okay? He's a talented brother of color who does very well and is very smart. Okay? He got a little hood in him, just a little hood, just a little hood. Y'all are staying with me because I'm a hood linguist. And J News has to snatch it real quick and be like, hey, don't do that. Because listen, I take my toes up to the edge. And sometimes I walk across it like just did when I hit the N word. And then I got to go back. J News be dragging me by my collar. Then I tell you not to be doing that. Dolores, come on. Okay. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do the rundown. Okay. Today, you're with us. And next week, you will be with us for the last episode of Seeing Stars. Next week, we wanted to end you all on a good note. Get to the G1. Where we, at 10 a.m., talk about seeing the stars of indie pro wrestling. Okay? I'm not going to guarantee you if I pick this show up on my channel, which I probably will. It won't be this. Because, me and J News, we watch other stuff other than indies, okay?
Yeah.
We watch everything. Okay? And then J News can get slightly, a little bit more ratchet. Okay? I see you ratchet her. You see what I'm saying?
Don't know about that part of it, but you'll probably get more opinionated verbal stylings from me outside of what you guys see.
See, that's professional. I gave you the ghetto language. J News gave you the Chat GPT version. Okay,
ChatGPT don't even talk like me. ChatGPT is a goddamn ruse. It's a goddamn lie. ChatGPT.
Listen. I said I was trying to put out something. I was angry and I was saying it in ChatGPT. And ChatGPT was like, we can't help you at this point.
Yeah, man.
I was
ChatGPT.
like, oh, I don't went too far with even ChatGPT. Oh my God.
ChatGPT has to get edited and re-edited and re-edited. And ChatGPT don't even have ChatGPT needs a grammar algorithm in it. Cases. They need to
Listen,
fix that. They need to
I
fix
just want
that.
I just want to tell you my good people who have a computer. Uh ChatGPT will give you the idea. But
They will.
if you scan that thing and hit rewrite with Copilot, it'll check your grammar. Because listen, if you ain't been on Seeing Stars long enough, you'll know I will see some words and just start typing. It'll just be wrong. It'll be wrong. And Jay Luz will be looking like, what is that? Who is that? I'm like, I don't know. These words be out here in these streets and I be trying to pick them up. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, 10:30, you'll catch me doing my clown of the week to see him come back. Shout out to CM and baby CM.
Does she have the baby?
Yeah, I
Oh,
just don't know the baby's name.
congrats to
I
CM.
think I remember the gender, but not for sure. I don't want to misgender the
No, that's
baby.
fine. Yeah.
So
Congratulations.
I just said baby CM. That is baby's CM. Well, they play hot topics. They play fire. They talk hot topics and play fire games on the cookout. I forgot my own saying for the cookout. That's crazy. Friday night fights, ladies and gentlemen. You get Sammy and Anika, the two kids running the asylum, going ham. Because they don't just talk about the watch along for SmackDown and Rampage. You'll never know what they're saying. Sometimes they're giving out recipes, and sometimes they're saying the wildest of the wild stuff, especially with Sammy. You ain't seen some of the shorts, ladies and gentlemen, during a watch along. I think it was for GCW one time before we started seeing stars. My boy asked me, can he mix protein and alcohol together? And I couldn't answer it. Because I'm a big believer in do what makes you feel like you need to do. Okay?
Yeah, but then at the end of the day, that's just that's a deeper seated conversation to be had about enabling bad behavior, and we can't be
I
doing that.
know. I
Can't be
can't. I'm
doing
not
that out
supposed to
here.
do that. I'm supposed to be the responsible one when I have to watch the children. When ALW is not here, I'm supposed to watch the children. And you've heard me. If you go back, and even in some shorts, you hear me go, I miss CM and Anika. I mean CM and ALW. Because when they ain't here, I got to watch them. I feel like Angelica, and I understand how she felt on the Rugrats. I now know.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Friday the 30th, there will be two pay-per-views along with the SmackDown and AEW Rampage. It will be Capital Collision and TNA Emergence
Mhm.
all at the same time. Yeah, yeah. Your girl gonna be up working overtime. Listen, it's a lot. It's a lot. On Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I did say 10 a.m. It will be the winner circle where they talk about Raw, NXT, and Dynamite. Also, ladies and gentlemen, trying to remember the dates because your girl is not good with dates. Let me go back. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Bash in Berlin is on the 31st. That's the Saturday. We will be watching Bash in Berlin, which literally comes right after the winner's circle. They're going to cut that little short because it's Bash in Berlin is at 12:30 in the afternoon. So, and then, ladies and gentlemen, on Sundays, it is entered the square circle with Sammy and ALW as they battle it out to see who will win these games. Ladies and gentlemen, also on a Sunday, we have pay-per-views this month, All In and All Out, already scheduled. Make sure you come on in. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the horse with me. It is the Workers Wrestling Network, all the social medias that we have. And speaking of social medias, we're everywhere. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Say it again. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all gonna be proud of me. I put 2 new episodes of the Cookout. I have been gone since May, and I finally got some up. Now, it's taking me forever. I think I might do 2 or 3 every other day, and I might get caught up, okay? Give me a hand clap for praise. I had to go back. I had to listen, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I want to say the playlist, I know they was a little screwed up. I fixed them things too. I've been working for you, working hard for you people. You people, I mean all of us. Not you people like some people say, and it only means certain people. Okay? Make sure you check out J News, because today we learned you need to check out J News, because you know J News is a good man, Savannah. That's a good man right there. He is your friendly neighborhood movie. He is helping you find all the good movies to go watch. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't go and check out J News, I'm gonna have to send you to Never Neverland, okay? Because you can't miss out on this good man, okay? And you think I'm telling the story? You think I'm telling the story, don't you? You don't know that that's a good man right there. Look at him. Look at him. That man right there. Look at that haircut. Look at that. Look at that. He looks like he's 28. Okay? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. It's good man, Savannah. And for those who don't understand that saying, I'm also going to kick it to you like this. Old school black woman style from the South. It's a good man, Savannah. He got a job. He's smart. He's capable. I don't know if he got kids out. I don't think so. He don't have no kids. That's a rare diamond in the rough, Savannah. You're going to have to find it.
Oh, man, that's fun.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we do all the time, I'm going to say, it's getting hot in here. Got one more episode left next week. One more episode with the good man, J News, and the pink girl in her own pink world, Dolores. Listen, since we about to leave out of here, I love seeing stars, okay? I love you all from the bottom of my heart. But I just gotta be pink sometimes. I just gotta be me, okay? I can't be fake. I got to be me. And so until then, ladies and gentlemen, we want to cut the lights out. We'll turn them back on. We'll pay the bill and get it back on next week. But then we're gonna have to let that thing go because we move into a new home. Until then, peace.